So this is 5.2 of finding mean, variance, and the standard deviation and the expectation of the given random variable. So first of all, let's look at the formula for the mean of the given random variable. Suppose if we know the probability distribution of the random variable x, then the mean of that random variable is simply given by this formula. So mu is simply the sum of the product of all the possible random variable values with time with its corresponding probability. Okay, so first find the corresponding probability for each random values, then find the product of x and px. Then that will be the mean of the random variable x. Okay, so in this formula, it says that suppose if you know the possible values of random variable x is x1, x2, x3, and so on up to xn. So that means you will have n different values. So that means the product is given by x1 times px1, x2 times px2, and so on. Okay, so we will look at one example. Find the mean of the number of spots that appear when a die is tossed. So you are rolling a die, and what is the mean of the number you get? Okay, so that means first of all we need to find the probability distribution for this particular event. So let us make a table. So let x be the possible value you get when you roll a die, and let px be the corresponding probability for each value. Remember, we have 6 different values. So if you plot all the possible values, you may get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then remember we had this probability distribution last time when you roll a die. So each number has 1 over 6 of probability. Okay. So that means my x here is the number of spot from the die. So that means if this is x, then the mean is given by formula says that simply find the sum of the product of the value and the corresponding probability. So my first x value is 1, then multiply that 1 with its probability is 1 over 6. Then sum the next one, 2 times 1 over 6 plus 3 times 1 over 6 plus 4 times 1 over 6 plus 5 times 1 over 6 and 6 times 1 over 6. So if you simplify these all, you will get 3.5. That means in average when you roll a die, you will get 3.5. Okay, so let's move to the next problem. In families with 4 children, find the mean number of 4 children who will be girls. So here our task is to find the mean of the variable, which is the number of 4 children, those are girls, right? Remember, we are going and checking 4 children family, okay? So therefore my random variable x is here the number of girls in a family. So first of all, you need to define your random variable according to the problem. Okay, so remember now, we need to have probability distribution table before going to find the mean of this problem. So how are we going to find the probability distribution table? Well, first of all, you need to identify the sample space for this the particular event. So what are the possible outcomes we may have if the family has 4 children? So we need to list down all the possibilities. So let B be the boy and G be the girl in that family. So I'm writing all the possibilities. Remember, you need to have, you know, 16 possibilities because you have a four children family. So each event has two possibilities, either boy or girl. Therefore, four children time means two times two times two times two, which is 16. So if you list all the 16s, let me write down all the possibilities here. There are 16 outcomes for four children family. So what are those? Those are boy, 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 girl, boy, boy. So I have listed all 16 possibilities here. Now let us make a probability distribution table. Probability distribution table for this problem will be, remember my x is number of girls. So we are looking for a four children family. That means x may be 0, no girls, maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, or maybe 4, right? Maybe 0, that means there's no girls. Maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, or maybe 4. So there are 5 different values we have for x, right? So now let's find the corresponding probability. So suppose if x is 0, that means there's no girl in that family. That means all should be boys. So I have let me change it. So we have only one such a possibility. All should be boys. So that is simply the first one. So that means only 1 out of 16. So if x is 1, that means we are looking for a 1g in that family. So how many 1g's are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 possibilities out of 16. 2g's, 2 girls. So there are 2g's in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is there any 2g's? Yes, 6. There are 6 of them out of 16. Then 3Gs. How many 3Gs are there? 3Gs. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 of them out of 16. And finally, 4Gs, all girls, just 1, right? So remember, once you finish your probability distribution table, you have to make sure that those two conditions are satisfied. Condition number 1, all the probability values sum in total should be 1. When you add all, it should be 1. Let's check. 1 plus 4, 5. 5 plus 6, 11, 15, and 16. Yes, this is 16 over 16. That is 1. Correct. What about the second condition? All the px should be between 0 to 1 inclusively. Yes, all the values are between 0 and 1. Therefore, two conditions are satisfied. This is correct probability distribution. Okay, so once you have probability distribution table, then things are very easy now. So then remember, the question is what? Finding the mean of x, right? The number of girls. Therefore, mean simply given by the product of x and px. So my x is first value is 0 times corresponding probability is 1 over 16 plus second value is 1 times 4 over 16 plus 2 times 6 over 16 plus 3 times 4 over 16 and finally 4 times 1 over 16. So this is my the mean of the problem. So when you simplify, you should get 2. Okay, so the average number of girls in the family is 2. So that's the meaning. So mean means average, right? Okay. Now, since x has different values, random values, then you could think of those random values as your data values. Therefore, for that random values, we will have, standard deviation and variance like we had earlier for the data set. So we are going to use formula for the variance and the standard deviation in terms of the probability distribution. Okay, so to look at this formula, the variance of the random variable is simply given by the product of two things, the data, the random value squared and its corresponding probability, right? Find this value, then subtract mu squared. Mu is nothing but mean of the random variable. So if you are asked to find the variance of the random variable, first of all you need to find mu, like earlier we did. So use the mu formula. So where mu is given by, like earlier formula, x times mu is given by the product of x and px. Okay. So use this formula. So first find this summation, then subtract the mu squared. Mu squared is separate from the summation, right? In the summation, you have only these two guys. So once you have variance, then take the square root of these values to get, the standard deviation that is here. Okay. So now let's look at this example. Compute the variance and the standard deviation for the probability distribution in example 1. So example 1 means which problem they are talking about, the rolling jive problem. We already have, the distribution table. So use that distribution table to find the mean and variance. So let me copy down one more time, that probability distribution table. So this is data value and this is corresponding probability. So remember for rolling jive, so this problem is about rolling jive. So we have 6 different values when you roll a jive. So each one has same probability of 1/6. Okay. So remember we got mean by looking at the previous answer. We got mean uh, as 3.5. So we have that answer. You don't need to do again. Now, remember, I'm going to find the variance. Formula says that variance is given by the value squared times its corresponding probability, then summation, then subtract mu squared. So let us figure out first this guy. Take the data value, then square. That means my first possible x value is 1. So 1 squared times its corresponding probability px is 1/6. Then plus summation means adding. The second data value is 2, so 2 squared times again 1/6 plus 3 squared times 1/6 plus 4 squared times 1/6 plus 5 squared times 1/6 plus 6 squared times 1/6. So this is the answer we have for the summation piece, right? Then subtract mu squared. Mu is mean, we got 3.5. Then 3.5 squared. Now take your calculator. So first find out this guy, then subtract 3.5 squared. So if you do correctly, you should get 2.917. That is the variance. Okay. Since variance is that, so therefore, so the standard deviation for the problem simply the square root of your variance answer, which is 2.917. So that is approximately 1.708. Okay, so let me check whether that is correct. So I need to know the square root of 2.917. Yes, that is 1.708. Okay. Okay, very good. So I am leaving this problem as homework. Why don't you try this one and we will discuss in next class. Okay. So let's look at this problem. So example 5. The box contains 5 balls. 2 are numbered 3, 1 is numbered 4, and 2 are numbered 5. The balls are mixed and one is selected at random. After a ball is selected, its number is recorded, then it is replaced. If the experiment is repeated many times, find the variance and the standard deviation of the number of balls. Okay. Okay, so my variable here, x, is the number of balls. Remember, that box has 3 varieties. 2 of them has the number of 3, and 1 is numbered 4. One ball is numbered 4, and 2 are numbered 5. 2 balls are numbered 5. So 3 different varieties, right? So you are shuffling, and you know one is selected. So find the variance and the standard deviation. So let us make first the probability distribution table for this problem. So my x is the number you got on board. So therefore, x may have any value, among these 3, maybe 3, maybe 4, or maybe 5. Then what is the corresponding probability for each x value? Remember, we have in total there are 5 balls. So the chance of getting 3 numbered is 2 out of 5, because there are 2 such balls. And here 1 out of 5, because we have only one ball numbered 4, and 2 again out of 5. Okay, make sure that this is correct probability distribution. All the values are between 0 to 1, and when you add these values, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 2, 5, 5 over 5, which is 1. Yes, this is perfect. Okay, so remember, if you want to find the variance of this number, this should be a number on the ball. So let me change that. Number. So the variance formula is given by the product of data value squared times the corresponding probability, then subtract mu squared. So let us find first mu. What is mu? Mu is given by the summation of the product of x and px. Okay, let us find first this. So first x value is 3 times the corresponding probability is 2 over 5, plus 4 times the corresponding probability is 1 over 5, plus 5 times 2 over 5. So first figure out this value. So what is that? So if we simplify, this is 6 plus 4, 10, 10 plus 10, 20, 20 over 5, which is 4. So the mean for this problem is 4. Now use this the variance. Variance is simply the product of x squared and px. So let us find this one first. So x is 3. So 3 squared times the corresponding probability is 2 over 5. Plus next one is 4 squared times 1 over 5. And plus 5 squared times 2 over 5. So this is the product of x squared and px. Then subtract the mean. Mean is 4, but I need to have square. So this piece is nothing but the product of x squared and px. Okay, so when you simplify this expression, how much you will get? 3 squared is 9, 9 times 2, 18. So this is 18, and this is 16, 34. This is 50. So it is 84, right? So 84 over 5, then subtract the 16. So that is 4 over 5. Or 0.8. So that is variance. Therefore, the standard deviation is simply the square root of 0.8. So if you find that, Yeah, root of 0.8 is 0.89. So that is the standard deviation. Okay, let's move to the next definition. This is about the expectation value of the random variable. The expected value of the discrete random variable is simply, the average of the data values distributed. So the expected value is simply given by EX. E stands for expected value for the random variable X. So we denote as this notation. This is nothing but the mu, the average. So we know how to find mu. Mu formula is simply the product of x and px. Therefore, the expected value of any random variable, discrete random variable, is simply given by x times px summation. Okay. So in another word, that is nothing but the mu, the average. Mean. The formula for the expected value is the same as the formula for the theoretical mean. The expected value then is the theoretical mean of the probability distribution. In another word, that is Ex is mu. So then let's look at this example 6. 1,000 tickets are sold at $1 each for a smart television valued at $750. What is the expected value of the gain if you purchase one ticket? Okay. So first of all, we need to, identify the random variable here. Remember, they are asking us to find the expected value of the gain. So gain is going to be our of the variable, random variable. So let x be the gain for this particular problem. Remember, there are two possibilities of, you know, the gain here. What are those? Suppose if you win in this lottery, you will get this much television worth is 750, right? But anyway, you are paying $1 for the ticket. Therefore, the gain you will get or profit you will get 750 minus one, which is 749. So if you win this lottery, you will get 749 as your gain value. But if you lose this lottery and you will get nothing, therefore you are going to lose the money you paid for the ticket, that is $1. So you are going to lose, therefore it is -1. So there are two possible values of x. Okay, now find the corresponding probabilities. What is the chance of winning, the television? Remember, they are selling 1,000 tickets, 1,000 tickets. Only one of those 1,000 tickets are going to be the winning ticket. Therefore, the winning possibility is nothing but 1 out of 1,000. Remaining all 999 tickets are going to be losing. Therefore, the losing probability is 999. This is 9 over 1,000. So now we have probability distribution table. Therefore, the expected value of this random variable gain, it is nothing but the product of the summation of the products. This is given by 749 times the corresponding probability is 1/1,000, and plus second possible gain is -1 times 999 over 100. Sorry, 1,000. So if we simplify these, you will get a -0.25. That means what? In average, we lose money, right? 0.25 quarter dollars are going to be lost when you play this game. So that's the meaning. Okay. The next problem, the last example. 10 cards are selected from a deck of Uno cards. There are two cards numbered 0. There are two numbered 0. and one card is numbered 2, three cards numbered 4, and two cards numbered 8, and again two cards numbered 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 different values. Okay, these are the number of cards. So when you add all, you will get 3 plus 3, 6 plus 4, 10 cards in total, right? So that's correct. They're telling that there are 10 cards. Okay, so then the question is what? The question is find the expected value of the card. So the number you get in the card. So therefore, X is the number you pick on the card. Okay, so if you make a probability distribution now, you will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different values. So 1, 2, 3. So my X and the PX is here. So you may have 0, 2, 4, 8, 9. What is the chance of getting 0 numbered card? There are 2 out of 10 cards. Number 2, there's only 1 out of 10. Number 4, there are 3 cards out of 10. And 8, there are 2 cards out of 10. And for 9 also 2 cards out of 10. After that, the expected value is simply given by mu, which is x times px. So the expected value simply find the mu, so which is 4.8. Okay, so that is the expected value. In a ratio, when you draw a card from this 10, you will get the number 4.8. So that's the meaning. That's all. So why don't you try these all exercise problems and let me know if there is any questions. Okay.